Hello, dear students of class 6. How are you? I hope you all are doing well. Today, we are going to finish this chapter Children's Growing Up and Its Obstacles in Bangladesh. You know, this is a huge chapter and one of the most important chapters for you. So, let's get started. After finishing today's lesson, you will be able to learn concept of child repression, nature, causes and impacts of child repression, concept of child trafficking, and causes and prevention of child trafficking. Okay? Well, let's begin. The first one is concept of child repression. You may not be familiar with this term or this word child repression, so let's know what is child repression. Endearment, care, and love of parents, brothers, sisters, and other members of the family help children grow up properly. But in our country, children often fall victim to oppression in different places, including family, school, mills, and factories. They are laughed at, rebuked, called names, tortured physically and mentally in an inhuman and ruthless manner. You know, we all laugh at someone, we make fun of someone, so this is also a negative manner. Sometimes your parents rebuke you, sometimes you are called names like what is not your nickname, but your friends or people call you with that name. So you don't like it, so it is also a negative manner towards you. And physical abuse and mental abuse are also part of inhuman manners and ruthless manners. Alright? Well, if we conclude this concept of child repression, the answer of what is child repression will be the negative manners towards children are called child repression. It is a vile work. Vile means extremely unpleasant or horrible work. Alright? Now then, you can see two pictures here. The left picture is about verbal abuse. You can see the man is abusing the little girl. And on the right side, you can see a little boy who is being tortured physically. So this is physical abuse, and both of them are included in child repression. Now, what are the causes of child repression? There are many causes. First of all, in many families, conflict results from mental acrimony and disputes of the parents. Anger, resentment, and emotion accumulated in the mind of both the parents because of family feud, and gradually it gets manifestation on children or the child engaged in household work. In addition, because of the incidents like separation and breaking up of marriage between parents, children fall victim to merciless manners. For example, you can see two pictures here where both of the parents are arguing with each other and they are quarreling in front of their children. So it actually has impact on the children, and you can be sure this impact is negative impact. Okay? Again, sometimes the child is tortured by elder brothers, sisters, or kith and kin for or without any reason. Actually, you will know better if you have your elder brother or if you have any younger brother or sister. Most of the siblings fight against one another without any reason, and there might be reason, but fighting is not the solution. So here you can see in the picture the brothers or the siblings are fighting or arguing with one another. Then sometimes children are tortured by teachers at school. Well, I don't want to comment anything on this, but yes, torturing children is never acceptable and it is a part of child repression, right? The next one, as children are weak, they also fall victim to torture because of dispute with neighbors for lands. This is a very important concern for you. And you should also know this is not only for lands. There might be other reasons, and there might be little reasons too, for which the neighbors actually tortured the children. In the picture, you can see a woman is rebuking a little boy. Probably the woman is a neighbor. Now, you should remember, if anything happens with you like this, you must tell your parents what happened with you. Alright? After that, children are sometimes tortured by hotel owners, factory owners, or senior workers. In the workplaces, they are often abused verbally and physically. The next one is children are also oppressed by bus drivers and conductors. In this way, human rights of children are violated. Now the question arises, what's the impact of child repression? The first one is ruthless manners towards children hinder their physical, mental and moral growth. Excessive expectation of parents also creates mental torment on the minds of children. As a result, children become lean and thin and peevish. Peevish means bad-tempered and ill-mannered. Okay? You know quite well when parents give you more pressure before exam, you don't feel well. You feel mental pressure, you feel mental torment, and at that time, your behavior changes drastically. You don't feel hungry, you don't want to eat, and you get angry now and then. So this is the behavior of peevish, like you are always in bad mood. Most importantly, human rights of children are violated by child repression. Then how can we stop child repression? There are many ways. First of all, to stop child repression, we have to behave consciously with them. Everybody must be conscious of the rights of children to mold future generation. Then our government is also working for the prevention of child repression. The government is providing the victims with the service of legal aid, medical treatment and counseling. However, the development of social values is a must to prevent child repression. I think you are now clear about child repression. Well, now we are moving to the concept of child trafficking. We often learn the notice of loss of children from newspapers, posters, or mic announcements. Questions arise in our minds regarding how these children are lost and where they go. These lost children are often trafficked. This trafficking work is an anti-humanitarian act. So what is child trafficking? Child trafficking is a kind of immoral act in which the person or group of people involved sends the children behind the scenes from one place to another for commercial purposes. This also includes human trafficking. You might wonder, what are the strategies behind child trafficking? I mean, how the child trafficking happens? Well, the children are trafficked through various strategies. For example, in the guise of love, showing greed by showing things kids like or by giving assurance to provide. And sometimes scared by telling lies or by kidnapping the children forcibly. Sometimes this work has also been done by using same-age friends and classmates. Suppose you play with your friends in the afternoon, and one of your friends tells you to go with him to buy chocolate or cricket bat or something else. But actually, he's planning to trap you for child trafficking. That's why you should always be careful. Now the question comes, why child trafficking happens? What are the causes of child trafficking? The answer is the causes of child trafficking are many. The major causes are, first of all, poor parents' inability of raising children. Secondly, lack of consciousness of parents and guardians. Then handing children over to the traffickers in the hope of job. This happens in the village mostly. And last of all, helplessness of the children without guardians. Now we will know what are the impacts of child trafficking on the children. If children are trafficked, their physical and mental health is seriously affected. They get involved in different crimes. These trafficked kids are used for various inhuman activities, including camel jockeys in the desert. Sometimes these trafficking collect different organs of child body and cells. I think you can imagine how heinous crime is child trafficking and what goes through the minds of trafficked kids and children. That's why this is our duty. This is a duty of all, including the children themselves. They should be careful about it, they should be conscious of it. So we request the parents, relatives and neighbors have to be conscious of this child trafficking. Besides this, teachers of schools, maktab and mosque have to be careful and make their respective students conscious of it. But only consciousness will not be enough for preventing child trafficking. Hence, children's duties in preventing child trafficking are significant. To prevent child trafficking, we will take the following measures. Here, we means the children. The children should do it. First of all, the children will not go to remote or desolate areas alone. When they are going outside, they should take their guardian with them or inform them that they are going outside. Secondly, we will not take food and toys or anything from unknown people. We will not go to anywhere with unknown or little known people. We will suspect the people who will allure us. I mean the persons who are trying to be nice with you, who are trying to give you some gifts, right? Then the traffickers are around us, so we must be careful about their strategy as well as alert others too. If necessary, the proper authority is to be informed. So this is also your duty to make yourself safe from the traffickers. And you should keep in mind that the world is beautiful as long as the human beings are trying to make it beautiful. And you all are the future leaders. You have a huge responsibility. To do that, you have to prepare yourself as a nice human being. That's enough to make a better world. Thank you everyone for your patience, and please do submit the homework in the comment section. Allah Hafiz.